Hello, welcome to American Baker in Germany. I'm Michelle, and today we're going to make my vegan chocolate cake. I'm going to show you how I do it. I came across this recipe when my daughter was diagnosed with lactose intolerance, and we really struggled at the beginning to find recipes that she could actually eat because I bake, and I had to come up with some way to make it so that she could eat it as well. So now I only bake lactose free. I do use butter, but she can handle butter, thank goodness. But this particular recipe is completely vegan. So it's really a great recipe for people with intolerances and people with allergies, and it's super easy to make. So I'm going to show you right now. Let's go. First of all, our ingredients are today I am using vanilla soy milk, as you can see back there. I have it measured out here. This is 2 cups, and here you can see that's just over 400 milliliters. And I also have 1 tablespoon vinegar, 2/3 cup of oil, 1.5 cups of sugar. This is, I'm showing you 2 packages of vanilla sugar. I actually didn't use either of them because there's vanilla in the soy milk. So this also contains about 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and a dash of salt. Over here I have 2/3 of a cup of cocoa, baker's cocoa, and this is 2 cups of flour. I will also show you all of the metric measurements because I'm going to measure everything that's measurable on my scale. So you can see everything that I do, and I will translate that into metric. Okay, so here is my scale. I'm going to weigh everything for you. So first of all, something doesn't need to be weighed. Vanilla soy milk. This is 2 cups of vanilla soy milk. It is just over 400 milliliters. So I'm going to add that to our bowl. Next comes 1.5 cups of sugar. So let's find out how much that weighs. 350 grams of sugar. Yeah, 350 grams. Next I'm going to add the oil. Oil is 2/3 of a cup. A cup is 225 milliliters. So this is about 150 milliliters. I'm going to add that. Now here's where I normally would add my vanilla, but since I am actually not adding it to this recipe, I'll set it aside. This is a tablespoon of vinegar. It doesn't look like there's anything in there. I promise there's a tablespoon of vinegar inside. See? I added at this point. That's good. Wasn't too long. So next I'm going to add my baking soda and baking powder and salt mixture. I tend to add that separately from the flour. You can fold it into the flour beforehand. A lot of people do. So if you prefer that, feel free to go ahead. And then what I'm going to do is add the cocoa powder. So this should actually work this time. That is 74 grams of cocoa powder in 2/3 of a cup. So I would probably say 75 if I were making the recipe. Now I always mix it up at this point because cocoa powder flies in your face when you mix it. It's just a very fine powder, and it just likes to mix to hit you in the face. So there you go. Now it's going to look fairly thin at this point. That's perfectly normal kind of a look here. It is a very thin batter. Alright, now last thing we're going to add is our flour. I have 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add it all at once. 270 grams of flour. And we will mix it up. Give it a scrape. Okay, that looks perfect. This is exactly what it should look like. Go ahead and take this off. You can see it's a little bit on the thin side, but it's dripping a little bit, but it tastes amazing. Now this particular recipe is one that I made once for cupcakes that I brought to an event, and everybody asked me for this recipe, and I can't even tell you, there's the batter, how many people have asked me, and they were all shocked that it was vegan. This is actually my new go-to recipe. I don't even make regular chocolate cake anymore because this one is so amazing. Now this is enough batter for a 10-inch round pan, or about 24 cupcakes. If you're making an 8-inch, you will have enough to make 2. But if you're making a 10-inch, this will only make 1. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial today, and we'll see you again next time.